So, hi, it's Margaret Crane Luria. I didn't want to do the introduction. It's Margaret Crane Luria with the ADHD Video Club at ADHDvideoclub.com. I invite you to join us and just get tons of information. What happens during an IEP or a 504 meeting? First of all, I want to refer you to my favorite site, wrightslaw.com, WRIGHTSLAW.com. They will give you a lot of legal information. I'm going to give you some legal and some experiential. So what happens during a meeting is that all of the teachers for your child and you and an advocate if you have one and your child will be asked to meet together around a big conference table. It's kind of intimidating, to tell you the truth, because first of all, it feels like you've done something wrong, and you haven't. But they're going to tell you about their observations of your child. So it's really important before you have the meeting to get centered, anchored, grounded, however you want to put it. If you pray, do that. Ask for calm. Center yourself, meditate. One good technique is to write out your nervous or anxious feelings, literally write them on paper. That's been proven to calm people down. And stand strong in your integrity and in your desire to help your child. This doesn't have to be an us versus them situation. And if you come into the meeting knowing who you are, who your child is, what they need, and what you're going to ask for, it's going to make a big difference. Now, each teacher will go around and say what they've observed about your child. And it's really important to listen for commonalities. So, for instance, if most of them say he or she has low affect, meaning there's not much emotion at all going on, that's really important. It could mean several things, one of which could be depression. So really important to look for commonalities. I'm going to say that most teachers are on your side, even if it doesn't seem like it. I'm also going to say that some teachers, well, it's not some, it's quite a few, don't really understand the nuances of ADHD. And so what you're going to hear are kind and well-meaning people that may not totally understand the situation. And that's what you're going to bring to the table. It's really important that you be the expert on your child and on ADHD. Now, you may encounter a teacher who is just like, is he mean or am I crazy? Like, you won't believe how they act. And it's important to pay attention to that because that's your child's teacher. And after the meeting, often it's you and your child and your spouse and the counselor, the school counselor that's left in the room. And I would bring that concern to the attention of the counselor. There is no reason for your child to be taught by someone who clearly doesn't like them. Now, let me say this. It is very common for people to think, oh, this teacher doesn't like my child. And most of the time, that's not true. Most of the time, what we as teachers, and I'm a former teacher, what we're trying to do is run a class. And in some way, your child is challenging that. And it's not a horrible thing, but it is a thing to be smoothed out. What will help you, your child, and the teacher have a successful year, not to mention the other kids. Now, if you have a 504 plan already in place, or an IEP already in place, you want to make sure that it's being enforced. And so you want to come to the meeting saying, I don't see this being enforced. I don't see this being enforced. I don't see this being enforced. And you want to make sure that you're also doing your part, because the parents have a part also, and so does the child. There are parts for the teacher to do, the counselor to do, the parents to do, and the child to do. So you want to make sure that you're doing your part also. And a 504 plan, well, two things. One, you don't have to sign what's put into place right away. You can always schedule a session with me and go over it. You can schedule a session with me before it, just to be better prepared. And two, this is not set in stone for the rest of your child's life. You can schedule another 504 or IEP meeting to make adjustments anytime you want. That's the law, anytime you want. I hope this helps. Be confident and be loving. Take care.